They called him quiet until he silenced the loudest mouths in boxing. They called him basic until he conquered 4 weight divisions, turning sweat, blood, and championship gold into a $28 million empire. From the Bairoa gym to the hallowed lights of Madison Square Garden, he proved that you don't need to be the loudest person in the room to be the most dangerous. This is the story of Miguel Cotto, the man who turned discipline into dominance and pain into power. Before we delve into the grit and the glory of Miguel Cotto, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. Because this isn't just a boxing history lesson. It's the blueprint of an empire built on silence and steel. He wasn't born into greatness. He was born into the soil of Caguas, Puerto Rico in 1980. He didn't step into the gym chasing world titles or fame. He walked in as a quiet, introverted boy, simply trying to lose weight. What started as a path to better health became a calling. Boxing became his identity. He rose through the amateur ranks with a technical discipline that defied his age. By the time he turned professional in 2001, he had 125 amateur wins and a hunger that couldn't be quenched. He was no longer just the kid from Caguas. He was a craftsman with a professional edge, ready to trade headgear for consequences. He represented Puerto Rico at the 2000 Sydney Olympics, a pressure cooker that forged his temperament. When he traded his amateur status for a professional debut on February 23, 2001, dispatching Jason Doucette via a first-round TKO, the professional world saw a man who didn't fight with bravado, but with intent. But true champions aren't defined by the smoothness of their journey. They're measured by how they rise after the crash. In the early days, a devastating car accident left him with a broken arm, a moment that threatened to end his career before it truly began. But Cotto didn't break. He healed. He returned to the ring not just as a fighter, but as a force of nature. By 2004, the world could no longer ignore him. He won the WBO light welterweight title against Kelson Pinto, a victory that was particularly sweet because Pinto had bested him twice in the amateur ranks. Cotto's surgical efficiency became his trademark. He defended that title 6 times, dismantling the likes of Randall Bailey and DeMarcus Corley. Then came the 2006 WBA welterweight title victory over Carlos Quintana, proving his power could scale divisions. He wasn't just a puncher. He was a master of attrition. Every fight felt like a slow-moving storm that only picked up speed as the rounds went on. In 2007, he solidified his status against Shane Mosley. It was a tactical chess match, a fight that pushed Cotto to dig deep into his defensive arsenal. He won by unanimous decision, proving he belonged among the pound-for-pound elite. But even the gods of the ring have to face their demons. In 2008, he faced Antonio Margarito. For 9 rounds, Cotto outboxed him. But then the betrayal. Margarito walked through the fire, absorbing punishment that would have dropped any other man. In the 11th, Cotto's spirit wasn't broken by a better fighter. It was shattered by a lie. When it was revealed that Margarito had been fighting with illegal, hardened hand wraps, the boxing world froze. Had Cotto been beaten by skill or by a cheat? It was a theft of the highest order. Most fighters would have retired, bitter and broken. But Cotto? He went back to the drawing board. He reinvented himself under the legendary Emmanuel Stewart. He climbed back to the top, claimed more titles, and in 2011, he got the rematch he deserved. He didn't just beat Margarito. He dismantled him, forcing the doctor to stop the fight as retribution for the pain he'd endured. Justice at last had been served. The path through the elite was a crucible. The 2009 clash with Manny Pacquiao was a storm that defined an era. Even in defeat, Cotto's toughness was unquestionable. He pivoted to junior middleweight, claiming the WBA title against Yuri Foreman in 2010. By 2012, he stood across from Floyd Mayweather Jr. in one of the most high-profile bouts of the decade. Cotto gave Mayweather one of his toughest tests, proving that his ring IQ had reached a level of professional maturity that few boxers ever achieve. And then, the 2014 masterpiece. He fought Sergio Martinez for the WBC and lineal middleweight titles. Cotto didn't just challenge him. He destroyed him, dropping Martinez 3 times in the first round and forcing a ninth-round stoppage. With that win, he became the first Puerto Rican fighter to win world titles in 4 weight divisions. It wasn't just a belt, it was history. When he finally walked away in 2017, he didn't leave because he had to. He left because he had nothing left to prove. He retired with 41 wins, 33 knockouts, and a legacy that was quite literally forged in stone. Away from the roar of the crowd, the man behind the gloves is a study in quiet intensity. While the ring demanded a warrior's isolation, the life he built outside of it was defined by deep, enduring roots. Married to Melissa Guzman since 1998, Cotto found in her a partner who stood by him through the blinding highs of championships and the hollow lows of defeat. Together, they navigated the challenges of raising a family in the public eye, anchoring their life with 4 children. His $28 million fortune isn't just sitting in a bank. It's an empire. Through promotions Miguel Cotto, he's become the gatekeeper for the next generation of Puerto Rican talent. He is a landlord, an entrepreneur, and a mentor. His residence portfolio is a reflection of this transition from warrior to mogul. His primary estate in Caguas, Puerto Rico, serves as his sanctuary. It is a masterstroke of modern Caribbean design, an expansive residence that prioritizes privacy, security, and family life. The estate features a large swimming pool that serves as the heart of his family gatherings, a private gym where he still maintains the discipline of a champion, and sprawling landscape gardens that provide a buffer from the outside world. This isn't a show home. It is a grounding base. It represents his deep connection to his roots in Caguas. He has diversified his footprint with a mansion in the heart of San Jose, California. Situated in the vibrant hub of Silicon Valley, this property offers a stark, sophisticated contrast to his Caribbean roots. Whether he is in the mountains of Puerto Rico or the tech corridors of Northern California, his homes act as an anchor, allowing him to oscillate between the man who provides for his country and the man who manages a multinational brand. His garage is a curated symphony of speed, every vehicle carefully selected to reflect his ethos of precision. There is the Bentley Bentayga, an ultra-luxury SUV that serves as his preferred daily driver, blending commanding road presence with an interior of unmatched refinement for his family. For the moments when he wants to feel the road, he leans into his collection of exotics. The Ferrari 458 Italia is a centerpiece. It's Italian engineering delivering high-revving theater that screams prestige. His Lamborghini Gallardo offers a bolder, more aggressive stance, mirroring the explosive energy he once brought to the ring, while his Porsche 911 Carrera serves as the classic sports car benchmark, balancing high-end luxury with the surgical agility he demands from his machines. The fleet continues with his pragmatic luxury choices. A Range Rover Sport provides him with the perfect blend of status and family comfort for longer excursions, while the Cadillac Escalade acts as his mobile fortress, a massive, spacious American SUV that offers total comfort for his team and family when traveling in high-profile settings. Whether he's wearing a precision timepiece or walking through his private training facility, he remains the same disciplined warrior. But his impact goes beyond his net worth and his real estate. His philanthropic efforts, largely kept out of the headlines, reflect his character. Central to his post-ring mission is the Foundation El Ángel de Miguel Cotto, which he established in 2007. Inspired by his father's sage advice about giving back, the foundation tackles one of Puerto Rico's most pressing issues, childhood obesity. Through the Forma Plus Salud initiative, Cotto has funded outdoor gyms, community fitness spaces, and educational programs that teach nutrition and physical literacy to the youth. He has turned his celebrity into a force for good, hosting annual 5K, plus Salud runs and golf tournaments that raise critical funds. Walking through his private training facility, you can still see him working the heavy bag, still maintaining the physical rigor of a champion, proving that while he may have left the sport, the fighter within remains sharp. Miguel Cotto stands as a monument to stability. He has successfully avoided the traps that have swallowed his peers. His legacy is now etched in stone, Inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame in 2022, he stands as the first Puerto Rican fighter to capture world titles in 4 distinct weight classes: the light welterweight, light middleweight, and middleweight divisions. He evolved from a relentless pressure fighter in his youth into the sophisticated, tactical boxer-puncher who could solve any puzzle a trainer threw at him. Boxing has always been obsessed with the loud, the brash, and the controversial. But every once in a while, a fighter reminds us that silence can be the most deafening sound of all. Long after the knockouts are forgotten and the lights dim, Miguel Cotto will be remembered not just as a 4-division champion, but as the silent storm that changed the landscape of Puerto Rican boxing forever. He walked the path of a gladiator and returned to the quiet of his own making. A king who understood that the greatest victory is not the 1-1 against an opponent, but the 1-1 against the inevitability of chaos. He stood in the center of the world's most savage sport and refused to be consumed by it, emerging with his legacy, his fortune, and his peace intact. And in the final analysis, perhaps that is the ultimate silent victory of Miguel Cotto. Thanks for watching. And if you're hungry for more, check out our deep dive into the life of Junito, another warrior who learned that in the ring, the loudest voice is always the one that speaks with the fists. We'll see you in the next one.